Drop it.
Olá, daqui quem fala é o Lobo Gamer, sejam bem-vindos para mais um vídeo. Hoje vou fazer aqui a última missão deste evento. No caso do evento Paraíso de Verão Secreto, estas ilhas de verão, que todo o verão tem, este evento. Sempre com a Clia e companhias limitadas e... Bora fazer aqui a última missão, não é? Onde é que vai desaguar isto?
Really? No, really?
Yes, and to be completely fair, I'm the one who caused this
Oh? What happened? Did Paimon...
Hello, you two. Lessig was just telling us what happened.
Perhaps you should allow me to I'm afraid it was...
yes. It was
To be precise, I saw a most exquisite water orb at the entrance of the domain. It reminded me of an astrolabe I was curious if it could rotate, so little did I know that it was the core of this entire domain. What I mean to say...
It's not just your fault. I failed in my responsibilities as the caretaker here. Oh, yes, that's the one. Anyway, after giving it some thought, Lessig has offered to perform, but we were...
But don't be mistaken. I'm not doing this out of the kindness of my heart like Kale. My job is purely to monitor and ensure that Lessig doesn't cause...
Oh! I don't think... right.
No.
Either way, Lessig...
Yes.
What was that?
No, I mean...
Very good. But you should... Seems Adia has a little more pep in her step after... Now that you three are situated, we can focus... I'll go gather the others. We should get ready to leave as soon as possible. And there she goes. Maybe this is how it...
É para ali, bom. Já vai a caminho. Querendo ou não, precisas de ter conseguido a skin do Kaia. Dá sempre jeito, mas mim. Ainda hoje estive a platinar as cenas. Até conseguir 100% ainda de Serona, né? Explorar esses imagens. E estes baús até estão generosos.
These things useful?
Se eu pegar 20 partículas, até que é bastante. Mas como é dizer, aqui os desafios aqui também estão meio lelé da cuca, porque aqueles desafios aqueles desafios de mira estão bem lixados aqui. Porque em vez de teres que fazer um desafio de mira, são tipo 3. Primeiro explodes aquelas bolhas de ar. Depois tens que explodir 3 bombas, depois que se enchenas aquelas que tem com dentro, as azuis. Já sei para onde é que isto vai dar.
Scatter! Hold the line!
Propagate!
Grande cena, teve batalha no meio disto desenho. Estava à espera espera de desviar tanto da rota, mas pronto.
Everyone hold hands! Grow! Rest and rebuild!
Pronto, não estava a esperar isto demorar tanto.
Empty chest. Good for storage.
Tá bem como é que já está a minha gema. Hoje vai dar a fazer umas tentativas generosas, caralho, já abriu. Ganda folha por cima. Uma árvore. Não sei porque passa mal, deve ser um teatro. Aqui um enigma secreto. Só para avisar. Quem estiver interessado no... Quem estiver a fazer evento, este teleporta aqui. Peguem. No caso, venham cá, usam um laranja para aqui, passam para aqui. E por aqui tem um pulo enigma enorme. Que dá um baú de luz com bastante gema. É tipo uma missão secreta. E dá uns mini baús, por isso compensa. Dá para formar para aí uns 8 cupons, 40 gemas ou mais. Depois da exploração depois. Primeiro é missão e evento. Exploração. A zona vai depois. Eu vou praticamente platinar esta desgraça. Daqui, se eu chegar aqui a 270, eu ganho uma cena que me spota tudo. É tipo a Bluetooth Cypher de Valorant. Saca o chapéu, atira para um cadáver, spota tudo. Aqui é a mesma coisa, só que é uma flor. É uma flor, eu carrego, spota tudo,
Where are we
tudo
going
mesmo.
now? We're going to retrieve the last missing component. My working theory is that the director listed on the sign has it.
No details slips by our general.
Estava à espera de quando chegasse perto aparecesse este diálogo.
The director is a kind of
What
job.
the?
The one we're looking for is named Zosimos. Zosimos is responsible for managing everything that happens on the stage, similar to how Idea is responsible for managing the whole realm. Wow!
Oh.
Sounds like Miss Idea must be way busier. You'd think so, wouldn't you? Care to comment on that at all, Idea? Maybe someone else can explain. I'm just enjoying taking it easy, as usual.
Ambas chego logo, isto aqui nunca mais chove. Já fiz tudo, mas não nota a diferença disto a subir. Quero logo chegar a R60. Tenho que começar a todos os dias a gastar a gema em domínio. para garantir que subo rápido. Apanhou? Ok, isso agora não fez nenhum sentido.
The director doesn't get out much. He's almost always cooped up in his treehouse. But Huh? Hey, don't forget! I'm just the... I believe it's that way. Though he might prefer to be alone. Given he often has to move stage props, I suspect... And having a view of the entire stage. So if I were him, I'd probably pick a treehouse over... But how do you know which direction the theater... Simple. The overall layout and decorations look more exciting in the... Oh, good point!
Tá porra, ela só pelas decorações ela já sabe onde é que está o teatro, cá porra. Como está a exagerar, Jesus Cristo. Eu sei que ele é grande estrategista, mas está-lhe a dar de verão. Extra 10.000 moras. Bom. Mora é sempre útil. Pronto. Grande assim. Supostamente, agora que me lembro, esse sumeiro é do conhecimento, mas fontaine é que é tecnologia. Isto aqui é tecnologia de fontaine. Magia adepte.
Where did that blasted automation mechanism go? The male actor standees are here, but who's that?
Yes, Sosimos! 'Tis I, Idia!
This is a surprise. I was sure.
Curled up in a fetal position, crying tears?
Wow, what a fascinating little
The name's Paimon? And no, Paimon's no mind reader. Just call it an...
It seems everyone shares a similar opinion of.
I knew from the start that a managerial role wasn't for me. But I found my true calling now.
Mascot? Is that a new role? I don't remember casting.
Okay, enough about me. I'm just here to introduce you to some new... And that's why we came to see you. Well...
I do. I'm afraid the incident has caused many malfunctions with the stage mechanisms, and I can no longer put on any...
Okay, so you're holding the component ransom till we help you fix the mechanisms, huh? No, till we fix the stage, surely. I'd have thought he wants us to make some more props, no? Given that some of the standees are... Or maybe...
You're all forgetting that the majority of his work involves writing scripts. I'll wager that he wants us to edit them.
What has gotten into you all? What sort of person do you take me for, The component is... Although I was hoping that... maybe you might... You're a big group. I have lots of roles to fill. It would really speed up...
Ush! I want to help! Can we?
Also,
Entendi.
suddenly...
Huh? You mean that story you've been stuck on forever? Are you serious? You really think you...
Yes, really. Just give me a little time, and I'll write it all up. In the meantime, I'll leave things to you, Idia.
Whoa. Zosimos has always wanted to write an epic story about a thief and a mage. Why don't you all take some time for yourselves?
Entendi. É aí que entra a roupa da Clee e do Caia.
A director, my friends, is a storyteller. And the key ingredient to every good story is the heroine was the missing piece of the puzzle. The rest of the story flowed naturally from there. And now it's finished. Well,
Director Zosimos?
Let me see. Ah, that's sojourn. It means to stay for a while. This is a very cute moment, so let's make sure.
Oh, wait. There's another word.
It's okay, Klee. We can go through your lines together a few more times after.
that would be most appreciated, Kaya. I had a feeling about you, actually. You seem to know a thing or two about character acting. Tell me,
You're too kind. It's all in the script, really. It just rolls off the tongue.
oh, you think so? Well, you definitely have a knack for it. I've actually been looking out for someone with your talent.
Ok, cabelo de fogo.
If I
Mas tem
make it as
quase
a
que eles
big-time
têm
director,
comentários.
then I can see us working together for the long
Passa-se por
term.
outra pessoa
Be
que
sure to stay in
siga
touch, okay?
ajudar os
You and I are
cavaleiros,
gonna
né?
go places.
Eles têm que ensinar
What
para
can I
essas
say?
coisas, normal.
Sounds
Great. If you need me for
Tenho quase certeza que ele vai errar alguma palavra ou falar de forma
Wonder what the
fofinha.
theaters are like
Tem
here.
mesmo cara.
Let's
Uma
go check
missão.
it out while
Tá
everyone's
bom,
still getting
então.
ready.
Vou lá só coletá-lo. Aproveitar, olha, já sigo este bicho. 2 e 1.
These things useful?
Hold the line.
Gasto literalmente meio cara. É, são multifunções. Faz a história, enigma. Está tudo ao mesmo tempo. Gostava de saber onde é que o diabo foi o bicho, não é agora? Deus desgrama de um camui ali do nada. Espada nacional e sumiu. É, tinha dado uma chupada nacional e sumiu da existência. Só se for, né? Mas espero que só tenha desaparecido um pouco, que não tenha ido comprar cigarras nunca mais volte. Porque dá jeito de um baú, né? Quantos mais baús melhor, mais gema. Ganhámos uma missão de um pedaço de madeira. Ganhamos uma missão a calhas. Desvanei 3 dias de daio. Ainda tenho que fazer. Porque tem um hidro do nada aqui.
Where did it go? I put it right here.
Hey, Zosimos! What you up to?
Oh, it's you two. Please, come here. Feast your eyes on this stage.
So, directors have to design the stage too?
Oh, I'm no ordinary director. I take a more holistic approach. Directing...
Sounds like a lot of work. Idea wouldn't be...
Idea has her work cut out for her too, you know. She's my one and only member of the audience. Though she often... Well, she just says what she thinks. You don't know how to write, or this is getting ridiculous. I think it's because I use pre... But even though she's my harshest critic, she's also been my biggest supporter in a lot of ways. I guess you could say she's like my agent. I'm very grateful to her.
So, what...
Like I said, from a young age, every time... Unfortunately, I couldn't offer much beyond my practical skills. So I ended up spending most of my time as a prop designer and doing a bit of set design on the side. Don't get me wrong, I do love building the set, but...
No wonder you only wrote director on the sign.
Exactly. You're not doing a great job of convincing... By the way...
The one you own...
Yeah. If it's not... But...
No problem, we'll find...
The thicket board's mechanism should be functioning.
Deixa eu ver. 30, mais 30, mais 40, mais 20. Ei! Compensa? Foda-se. Deixa eu fazer esta missão. Ah, ok. Então o caminho para o segundo andar. Ah! Tanto. Caralho, isso é ridículo.
Thrust and rebuild! Whoa! Look at all these books! Now, where's the master script? Oh, it sounds like a water droplet is on the second floor! Let's go have a look!
Sim, e onde é que eu posso nadar? Nadar aí, mano, tens cá. Ah, daqui.
Wow, that looks like the water droplet has been managing them for the... Most of them look like... then it should be the one that's finished. Okay, this is the only script that fits the bill. Plus it looks pretty... Let's go give it to Director Zosimos! Zosimos, we got your script!
Ah, thank you. That's a huge help. Anyway, the stage is secondary. The performance is what really matters. Things can always go wrong on stage, but as long as...
You don't sound very confident in what...
It's true. I realize now that a show, even if you have the same actors performing on the same stage, the performance will be slightly different every time. Those subtle differences are... okay. The truth is that my sets are... Now, of course, preprints are real... But Idea said...
So that's what you...
I'd like the Traveler to go into the preprint set and help move props around during the performance. The reason is...
Oh, Paimon gets gets it now. If you're busy directing, moving the props, and operating all the...
Yes. I know that I'm no master playwright, even if it really is a half-baked script.
Hard to turn a guy down after a speech like that.
Thank you. Long, long ago, there was a great thief. He lived in a land where the light did not shine, where all suffered in the darkness.
People call me...
Sorry, Kaya. Directly into the microphone, please. Otherwise your voice'll, you know.
Okay. They call me the Dagger Bandit, but no one sees that I rob the rich and give to the poor. Here in the dark, evildoers run rampant in the shadows, while the good, honest folk stumble blindly on, just trying to find a way through.
As the bandit brooded, suddenly the world was inexplicably changed as a single star appeared on the horizon and flew across the sky. Traveler, stomp on that movement mechanism in front of you.
Light. A brief flash, yet enough to illuminate the world. If I can find the source of that light, I can shine it into the darkness, and the people will suffer in blindness no longer.
Without a moment to spare, he set off to follow the star's course. All the while, the star kept moving through the sky. Traveler, the star kept moving through the sky.
Looks like I have to go through the desert. This could get dangerous.
If everything he'd heard was to be believed, the desert ahead was a no-man's land filled with horrors. Worse still, the star had landed in the most difficult-to-reach location, surrounded by sheer cliffs. But he was determined to press onward.
I've come this far, and I'm not about to turn back now.
The Dagger Bandit trekked deep into the desert wasteland. Yet when he finally arrived at his destination, he found not a fallen star, but a young girl, dressed in white.
How strange. I'm positive this is where the star landed. Young lady, do you know where the light has gone?
The girl replied,
Traveler from afar, the light you seek is only a bottled flame. But the flame has now died, and its light is long gone.
Bottled flame?
Yes, it was a gift from another.
And so, the girl began to tell the story of how the bottle came into her possession. The girl hailed from a kingdom that sat atop the waterfalls. But when the reigning dynasty fell and a new one seized power, she and her people fled for their lives. A thick fog began to fill the air as she made her way through the forest, and dense thickets tried to block her path. There is a mechanism down there that you can press to retract the thicket board below the stage.
If I only had a lamp to guide me through this wretched forest, then I could survive.
With scratches covering her arms and legs, the girl pressed through the pain and made her way forward. The road ahead was arduous, but she was determined to press onward.
I've come this far, and I'm not about to turn back now.
But just as she was drawing near her destination, a huge stretch of thorns and brambles suddenly came into view. Despair set in and began to weigh on her heart.
If only someone could help me, I would give anything in return.
The girl's heartfelt wish in her moment of desperation did not go unheard.
Wait! There's no mechanism for the final thicket!
Ugh, I must have forgotten to check those boards.
According to the story, those thickets should be gone from the stage now, right?
Yes, total oversight on my part. Ugh, what a pain.
I can help! Traveler! Catch! It's a Jumpy Dumpty!
The girl's heartfelt wish did not go unheard, for a Jumpy Dumpty, who was passing by, helped to clear a path for her.
Oh, thank you, Jumpy Dumpty.
And so the girl continued her journey deeper into the forest. But what she found there was not a lamp, but a mage glowing with fire. So, just to clarify, it was supposed to be the mage who helped burn a path through the thicket.
Save it for the end, man!
The mage took pity on the girl and handed her a bottle. Then, the mage began to tell the story of how the bottle came into her possession. The fiery mage had an adventurous spirit and enjoyed taking long journeys. On one such journey, while taking rest in an oasis, she found a beautiful bottle by a crescent-shaped lake.
Klee, quick, get in the light.
She was an extraordinary mage, with the power to grant people their wishes. She turned the bottle into a thing of equally extraordinary power. But the only place that it could make wishes come true was inside of the bottle.
Oh me! Oh my! Look at this wonderful bottle of mine! It could make a fine toy! But better still, a sojourner's home!
The fiery mage blew into the bottle, allowing it to grant one single wish outside its glass walls.
Oh, am I supposed to blow into it? Wow, it lit up!
A flame was kindled within the bottle, and it began to glow a fiery red, just like the mage herself. After the mage finished telling her story, she disappeared, leaving only the bottle behind.
A magic bottle that can grant wishes. And I wish to leave this place and go somewhere where no one will ever find me again.
And then? The bottle seemed to softly inquire.
I don't know.
The flame in the bottle faded as the girl's single wish was granted, and she found herself in the middle of the desert, far away, where no one could ever find her. When the Dagger Bandit listened to her story, he sighed in disappointment that the flame with the power to grant wishes outside of the bottle had already died.
But this doesn't make sense. If it truly granted my wish, then nobody should have been able to find me here.
Maybe they shouldn't. The desert is difficult and dangerous to navigate, but I was determined to make it, no matter what.
Then take this bottle with you for your trouble. It may be able to grant you your wish, though sadly, only within the confines of the bottle itself.
All I wish for is light.
Honoring the bandit's request, the girl wished for light inside the bottle. And sure enough, it lit up. They found that while the light was only generated within, it could nonetheless shine through the glass and reach anywhere in the outside world.
Even though it doesn't burn as brilliantly as the light that shone before, this is still an extraordinary light. What will you do after I take the bottle?
I don't know.
Well, then maybe you should come back with me.
With no reason to refuse, the girl accompanied the Dagger Bandit back to the land where the light did not shine. They brought light to that place, and the darkness was dispersed, and they lived happily ever after.
And we're done! Seems the show went pretty well. Mr. Honorary Knight, didn't I do great? I felt like I really was the fun. Wow, great costume! As soon as Paimon saw your shadow, she thought straight away, what a cute hat! Cleo loves it! Thanks, Mr. Zosimos! Oh, wait, no, I mean,
Mr. Director? Ha! No one's ever called me that.
Miss Adia said that she tailored it a little bit so it would fit me. But you were the one. Yeah, that's amazing! And it sounds like Adia did a... It was nothing, really. Just one of those, oh no, whatever shall I wear to the ball moments. Sewing comes in handy at times like that. Sewing is an art in its own right. You're more talented than you give yourself... Really? Oh, I'm just gonna go... She gets embarrassed so easily. She really can't handle being in the spotlight.
Idia's a sensitive person and doesn't have a whole lot of self-confidence. I hope all the excitement hasn't brought...
Don't worry. I'll go make sure she's okay.
So, what did you all think of the play?
Huh? Uh-oh. Time to get serious.
Oh, absolutely. I had the courage to ask, didn't I? So,
Okay, Paimon will go first. So, the dialogue at the beginning was pretty good, but it ran out of steam as the story went on. Paimon could tell that you ran out of inspirations. The characters were honestly a little bit ridiculous. Paimon didn't get what you were trying to do. The moment anyone started to show any kind of... Yes, all very good points, Paimon. I would add that in its attempt to pay tribute to the series 1,000 Nights, all semblance of a coherent was sacrificed. Plus, I do have to penalize... Miss Adia? What are you... Oh, you know, I return like the tide.
huh. Especially when it has to do with
But there was one thing I liked about it. Just one, mind you. The story had a good ending. You think so? I thought Adia, could I borrow you for a moment? Oh, sure. Excuse me for a moment. Back to you, Paimon. Keep up the good criticism. Okay, in that case...
Let's hear it. Taking criticism on the chin is all part of being...
The ending was all wrong. The girl's motives were clear and simple the whole way through. It was kind of jarring when all she had to say was, I don't know. And doesn't anyone else find it weird how her whole community was on the run, but she was only looking out for herself the whole time?
I'm fine. I'm not going to improve without feedback. I also learned a lot this time with the chance to be off stage. To be honest, it was a treat.
What a great attitude. You don't seem upset.
I wouldn't say I'm completely unaffected. But
Still, now that Paimon thinks about it, you did finish the script in a bit of a rush.
we all use our... Fast forward. Of course, a director can accomplish nothing without a cast and crew. So on that note...
Hey, don't mention it! We have...
Okay, here, take this.
It's the bottle from...
That's right. Can you guess the secret behind why it lights up?
Oh, maybe there's an...
Bingo! You guessed...
That should do the trick. Oh, wait, this needs tightening up a little. Hold on, this will only take a second.
This outfit's more fashionable.
Excuse me, everyone. Do you have a moment? Especially you, Zosimos. Idia wants to do a little something.
A dream come true?
Yes. She said that as useless as she is, she wants to do something for you as the first person. Her words, not mine. I have to disagree, though. I have never thought of Idia as... How is this suddenly a... If everybody is ready, then I'd like to invite tonight's male lead to take the stage. Ta-da! Wow! Cool! Kaya's turned into...
How is me changing outfits supposed to make the director's day? It's just a prototype costume. Is he that easy to please?
Don't be silly. If I know our director, nothing will make him happier than to see his idea.
Well, then I'm happy to oblige. Who am I to argue with the star of the show?
Zosimos drew up countless designs and made a few prototypes before landing on this one. It just needed some tailoring to fit properly, so I made a few stitches here and there. I hope the result isn't a disappointment.
Oh, it's... Oh, I'm so touched. Thank you.
How are you doing? Recovered?
Oh, I'm good.
Oh, please, don't mention it. Well, now that we have the final component, it's time to say goodbye for now. Can I keep wearing my costume?
Please do, by all means. Both of you can keep your costumes.
Yay! Kaya, keep wearing yours too. I agree with our mage. I'm sure it's not every day you get to play such an unforgettable...
Sure. I think I can be a bandit for a little long.
Bye-bye, Mr. Director.
Take care, my dear friends.
Este foi um pouco quase fogo.
Oh, Eula and Kale! You got back before us!
Yes. Idia had...
How is Lessig doing? He finished all the maintenance work, but it took a lot out of him. He's now fast asleep in his room. Oh, I feel a little guilty.
Consider it his atonement. It's only fair that he had to do something constructive before being able to sleep soundly. Seriously, don't wait.
If you say so. Okay. Isn't this where we first met Water? Correct. The core of the Valerian Mirage is the largest streaming projector of all. And this domain is one gigantic preprint. Whoa, so everything we've seen is created by this? So to fix it, same process as usual, right? Do we need to... Exactly. Well done. It's hard to forget after doing it so many times. Let's get going. This is the final... Yay! The hub consists of these components. All you need to do is place them onto the foundation in the right shape. The right shape? But we've never seen what... Oh, don't worry about it. Close enough will do. As long as it can spin, it'll be fine. Should be...
Aqui em cima deve ser isto.
Sometimes you have no standards whatsoever.
I'm hungry. Let's hunt.
But why isn't it turning? The components are back in the core, and the hub is restored to its proper shape. That's all we needed to do. Like any wound, it just needs time to heal. It'll probably just start turning again one day in the middle of the night when no one...
Really? I thought that with your special abilities, you could get it turning.
What? Huh?
All of us are dying to see it. Not just how the domain looks when it's fixed.
I want to see Adia using her magic powers. What are you guys talking about? And how is Cleon on this, but Paimon isn't?
They're referring to our mascot's true form.
As I've said all along, there's much more to Idea than she gives herself credit for. She has a very special power.
Did you notice right away, General? I only found out when I was chatting with Eula.
So our general was the first to notice. It seems like she's more perceptive.
I'd say the same about you, Kaya.
What the... All of you? No? I mean, I wasn't trying to hide anything from you. It's just... For people who stumble upon this place by accident, I think my current form is more approachable than my true one. I don't want people to get scared when they see me. What? What is it? And whatever it is, how the heck does everyone know about it?
Well, for one thing, then my mind started to wander as I was reading a storybook. And suddenly, I had a thought.
You hit the nail on the head. All right. In that case, please allow me to introduce... I am an Oceanid who was exiled here when the former Hydro Archon passed away. My name is Adia.
Aqui durante... Aqui só... Aqui enquanto anterior... Estou isolado aqui quando aconteceu.
Wow! Adia! Now that I'm in my true form, I suddenly feel a little embarrassed talking...
You look stunning. You should be flaunting this look at every opportunity.
Oh, come on. Wait. So does this mean that all the people...
I'm guessing that the human counterparts to these Hydro alter egos are long gone.
That's right. When they wanted to leave, I took them to the edge of the desert. The components are, in fact, gifts that they gave... But I'm always curious about what brings people here.
The power to grant wishes, but only within the confines of the bottle.
Exactly.
It's a truly extraordinary...
I've just realized something. When the components fell from the core, it appeared as if they had returned to their respective owners. It was after the components landed where they did that their owners and the things associated with them arose around them to form the different zones.
So now that the components have been retrieved... Don't worry, quite safe. As long as I remember them. However much we might criticize each other or...
I had so much me neither.
Very good.
This one's all yours, Adia.
Huh? Huh? That's strange. Nothing happened. Oh, crumbs. Not now. Not right on. Oh. Someone get me a bottle. I'm hiding myself.
You're already...
What now? This was the only way. Now I'll never be able to show you how the Valurian... Yes, General Sangonomiya? I'm all ears.
If it's okay with you, would you let me borrow the Shinro casket from the domain's core?
Ah, the Shinro casket. Here, is this it?
Wow! Ahi, it's the relic that Kokomi mentioned earlier! So... It was once a ritual vessel used for making offerings in the Moun Shrine. It's made from the remains of a yokai called the Shinkiro, and it can listen to the wishes of those who come to pray to build up Shinki, which gives it. Several centuries ago, the relic was lost when the last prefect of Yashiori died in battle. Its final resting... The pearl that goes with it should be able to sense the casket's location. But when, unbeknownst to anyone at the time, the casket disappeared. Huh?
Well, imagine it was a sound instead of light. If the room is too big, you can't hear anything from outside the door, can you?
Oh, I get it now. The shell must have been having too much fun one day.
I understand now, too. The core has been wearing out recently. That's why you were able to follow the pearl...
To get back to the story, without the offerings at the shrine, this vessel quickly loses its power. Yet countless people who have visited this domain brought their wishes with them, and left a small piece of themselves behind along with their gift.
Wow! I never knew this...
It is powerful enough to help you repair...
But... what do I...
It's simple. We just need to awaken it by... For example, and my wish is to use my critical thinking... Tia?
Me? My wish is that all those who have sojourned to the Valurian Mirage in the past will achieve what they truly wish for. Not just in this domain, but out there, too. Even though I know full well that trying to build a railway in the outside world is just a pipe dream, and that Mimuna will And I know that Zosimos has a lot of improving to do as a playwright. It's going to be tough for him back in Fontaine. Despite all of that, somehow, someday...
Okay, the combined power of our hopes and dreams is at your disposal.
Look! The wheel's been fixed!
Everyone's praise and curious questions went to my head. I said so many things I'm so ashamed of.
Please don't say that.
Yeah, and you weren't granting wishes for yourself. You did it for other people. I have friends like that too. Other people's hopes and dreams are what motivate them. If you ask me, that's one of the most noble things a person can... Please, no more praise. I'm really not comfortable with it. Someone like me doesn't deserve so many people's praise.
Well, at least the domain is fixed now, and all the components are back.
What's the matter, Klee?
I suddenly have loads and loads of more wishes. I want to ride the choo-choo cart again and look down. Is there a way to get up on top of the wheel, Edea?
There is a way, but there's only space for a very few people.
That's okay. I can go up by myself. But it'd be more fun with Mr. Honorary Knight. Are we sure about this? What happens if we fall off? Well, yeah, but...
Don't worry, I'll be there to make sure no one falls off.
Isto tem tipo roda gigante.
Wow! So high! I can see everything! Edea, next time you need to bring Kaya and the others up here.
Sure thing. Whenever people have to, they're always overjoyed when they first arrive and start bringing their imaginations to life. But once they realize that they can't take anything home with them, they get upset. Some of them can't bear to leave.
Do you ever get sad?
I feel lonely at times, but a lot of people destroy everything they created before leaving. But some don't. Like the residents you met. Before they left, they asked me to make replicas of themselves using hydro-eidolons. Then they tasked these replicas with maintaining everything they built here.
That's cute.
Yeah. I don't know how they're faring in the outside world, but just the thought that one day they might achieve their dreams and live on the outside just as their counterparts do in here, that's enough. It feels like I'm here waiting for them in the future, where they've achieved everything they wanted. I just think that every dream, every wish is like a flame, whether someone is still working towards their dream or as long as whenever. Well, I feel. Then I get time for Paimon to give you a nickname! Mud Fairy! Watch! How dare you mock me! Ruh. I'm still embarrassed to have shown you my uglier side, but I'm glad the Valor. Yep! I want to get for one last.
Bem, nada.
I'm hungry. Let's hunt.
Então acho que ficamos por aqui. Já falou e fui.